Of course, welcome. Chief Justice Mogoeng Mogoeng is set to deliver the 17th National, or rather Nelson Mandela Annual Lecture in Soweto today. The lecture will focus on the constitutionalism, while many other eminent persons have also delivered this lecture before, which includes former US President Barack Obama. Let's cross back live to our reporter, Natasha Perry, for an update. Very good afternoon to you, Natasha. What's the latest your end?
Well, thank you so much, Shante, and of course to our 404 viewers. For those who don't know me, my name is Natasha Piri, and of course I'll be giving you rolling coverage of the 17th edition of the Nelson Mandela Lecture here, all the way in the University of Johannesburg's Soweto campus, UJ. And of course, Soweto is a township that is actually rich in culture, rich in its roots, as we know that the late Utata Nelson Mandela actually lived here from 1946 to 1962. And just taking you inside the whole, Shante, and of course our viewers, we have our over 3,000 guests that are actually seated right now. Some are actually just walking in, and of course all anticipating and awaiting the man of the moment, Chief Justice Mogoeng Mogoeng. But actually to talk us more through this auspicious occasion, I'm joined by Chairperson Professor Ndebele. We were also with him yesterday. Thank you so much for joining us on the SABC, Prof.
Thank you for having me here for a while. Yes.
Exactly, quite an auspicious occasion. I mean, yesterday you told us what actually informed the theme for this year. But for those viewers who hadn't seen that interview, could you just probably talk us more into this?
Okay. Well, the Nelson Mandela Foundation takes a very holistic view of its work, and about 3 years ago, at a retreat, the Board of Trustees decided that our next major theme, at least up to the year 2022, will be the theme of constitutionalism. And as you can see, by definition, constitutionalism tries to encapsulate the entirety of the national perspective towards proper governance, towards leadership issues, towards the responsibilities of citizens in ensuring that they participate fully in the recreation of the South African environment. And so constitutionalism as a theme allows us, therefore, a variety of perspectives from which to approach the issue of how to bring back normality to our country from the perspective of law and justice, crime, from the perspective of responsibility to ensure that our schools and our other institutions are running well, that the economy is thriving, and our constitution is a very activist document. It calls on us to do things to make the future happen.
Professor, we've had previous guests or previous hosts, people who actually gave lectures, like the former US President Barack Obama, former President Thabo Mbeki. Why Chief Justice Mogoeng Mogoeng this year?
Well, the Chief Justice needs very little introduction. He has been, since he took over as Chief Justice of the country, we have seen very stunning judgments coming out of the Constitutional Court that are rooted in the constitutionality of the country. Citizens will not forget one of the very important historic judgments around the Nkandla issue, when he said, for example, that the president of a country is a constitutional being. It's a profound statement that I think he's left with us. And right now we are seeing some of the good work that the judiciary is doing, for example, through the current hearings of the Zondo Commission, and many other examples where our judges have played a very positive, affirmative, firm but fair role in the execution of their responsibilities.
Professor, we don't want to preempt what Chief Justice Mogoeng Mogoeng is going to say inside, but just probably enlighten us and the viewers. What do you expect from him?
I have no idea, because we didn't prompt him. We just gave him the theme and indicated to him how the issues that we would wish him to raise, and I think that we're expecting him to do a very good job around some of the issues that I have mentioned. What is the responsibilities of citizens in ensuring their own future, that you cannot leave it to government. What are the responsibilities of leaders in office to abide by the Constitution? I expect that might, to cover that, but I can't say. I don't know.
Okay, Prof, let's just leave it here and we'll just wait for 2 o'clock. Thank you so much and thanks for your time. Of course, that was the chairperson of the Nelson Mandela Foundation, Professor Ndebele, just giving us a brief overview. Also, what he expects Chief Justice Mogoeng Mogoeng to actually say, but just also taking you back inside. Our guests are actually arriving, still trickling into the hall. Those over 3,000 guests. And of course, we're all anxiously awaiting the man of the moment, Chief Justice Mogoeng Mogoeng. I'm told that the hall is actually full to capacity, so we're waiting for the man of the moment. And just to remind you and our viewers, of course, our program is actually set to start at 2 o'clock and then we'll finish at 4 o'clock. But might I say myself, I can't wait to hear what the Chief Justice has to say. Shante, back to you in studio.
Thank you very much. Natasha Piri for SABC News, coming live from Soweto, just giving us a prelude for that 17th Annual Nelson Mandela Lecture set to be delivered this afternoon by Justice Mogoeng Mogoeng.